a girl who had been raised by her Aunt Dee in Switzerland after the early death of her parents. Aunt Dee found a job in Germany and can no longer take care of her Heidi.
She brings the 5-year-old girl to her grandfather, who has been at odds with the villagers and has lived in succession for years. They walk hundreds of miles to grandfather's house. Heidi has to wear everything she owns on the way.
The grandfather was not used to having people around and briefly resents Heidi's arrival. They even fight about the little things like sheets and making the bed. She is smart and cheerful and starts to earn her grandfather's affection.
The next day, grandfather introduces Heidi to his neighbors, Peter, a shepherd boy, and his blind grandmother. The children play for a while together and with the goats. But as time went on, the children no longer play.
But grandfather knew how Heidi had become close with Peter's grandmother, who was again and not doing well. So grandfather would bundle Heidi up and take her on the sled to see Peter's grandmother. Grandpa would pass his time fixing up the old shed.
Heidi and grandmother became good friends as the years passed. Then one day, unexpectedly, Aunt Dee returned to bring Heidi back to Germany to be hired companion for a wealthy girl who could not walk named Clara.
Heidi did not want to go, but she had no choice. But she knew she would be able to bring things back that would help her old friend if she did. Especially soft white rolls to eat, as the grandmother could no longer chew the hard mountain bread, so she went.
Clara's parents were away on business most of the time, so they had a housekeeper that was in charge. That was Granny.
There was also a butler in the home. Her name was Sebastiana Swift, and she quite liked Heidi and often helped her, especially when she snuck soft rolls for Grandma. But Heidi became homesick. To pass the time, Clara's grandmother helped her learn and read and write so she could go home and read to Peter's blind grandmother, her friend. She even gave her a book to
Clara's own grandma visited the children and became a friend to Heidi as well. She taught Heidi that relief from misery came by praying.
So one day, Heidi went to the church tower to see if she could relieve her misery and see the mountains, but she could not. All she found were some kittens, and she knew the kittens would make Clara happy, so the monk allowed her to take some home.
But Brandy did not like the kittens, and she found all the soft rolls Heidi was hiding. She was furious.
Sebastiana Swift thankfully did and helped Heidi hide the kittens in the...
Clara promised to help her gather more soft rolls for when she made her trip home.
Years passed and Heidi grew so homesick she became pale and thin.
And strange things started to happen in the house. The locked doors would be open in the mornings. Brandy was convinced that it was a ghost and called Clara's father home from his business to investigate.
But it was not a ghost after all. It was Heidi. She was so homesick for the mountains that she would awaken every night and look out the windows for the mountains that were not there.
Clara's father knew right away that Heidi must return back home to Switzerland.
Heidi made the long journey home with a basket of soft rolls for grandmother, packed by Clara herself.
The next summer, Clara came to visit. Peter and Heidi became friendly, but again, Peter became jealous of Clara's friendship with Heidi.
So he threw her wheelchair down the mountain and smashed it into pieces.
But Heidi told Peter that now they would have to hold Clara up, each them taking one side.
Day by day, Clara's legs grew stronger and stronger until one day she could walk again.
As summer came to an end, Clara's father and grandma came to get her, but Heidi did not want to return with them.
Clara's family knew that Heidi was one of them.
And Clara's father vowed that if anything should ever happen to Heidi's grandfather, she would come and live with them as a family.